How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going diving with my buddy Kalani.
What's up, guys?
He's a part of the YouTube channel TWB, professional surfer, this guy, and hammer diver. So we're gonna head out right now
into the white caps.
Yeah, it looks pretty rough, but we're gonna, send it out, try hopefully get some bigger jacks, moves and stuff, and we'll just see what happens, try and land some fish, and see you guys after.
Hopefully catch some dinner.
Yeah, shoots everybody. Alright guys, so that was our original plan, but the current ended up being so nuts that we just could not work any of our zones. But as we were getting dragged by the current, I did run into this huge school of jacks. There was omilus, yellow spots, and kahalas all swimming together, and you can see just how big this school is. But they were riding the current, and I was trying to swim against it. Oh, sorry, they were going against the current. These kahalas momentarily come and check me out, but they were still super far away. And I just knew there was no way that I was ever going to catch up to them. They were just beelining it into the current, so I couldn't really catch up to them. But that was kind of mostly the only thing we saw. So we moved into a shallower area just to be safe. And the thing about this spot, though, is the shallow areas, usually they don't have too much fish. All the big fish and the good fish like to hang out in the deep. But I wanted to get some dinner regardless of how junk the current was on the outside, so we just kept swimming in until we found some nice zones that were that had no current. And I was looking in this hole because I saw a 4-pound omilu go in there, but as you can see, he's not in there anymore. I didn't see him. And I guess as I was checking out this hole, a big munu swam up to me, and I didn't notice, but I come out of the hole and he's sitting right there. So I kind of calmly move my gun over. I line up on him. He comes in super close, but I'm kind of just waiting for him. I don't really want to shoot straight into the rock behind him, but he presents me a shot there, and I could tell he was getting more scared by the way he started moving like real quick from side to side, and I could tell he was probably about to dig out, so I just took the shot anyway. Probably not the best thing for my spear, but I got this solid munu, so that was pretty dope. Right after that, I started trying to see if the omilu was still hiding somewhere. He didn't come out when I shot the munu, which I thought would maybe scare him out so I could figure out where he was, and maybe he'd go back into the hole so I could chase him down. But he didn't come out, so I was just looking in places that I didn't check yet, thinking maybe he was hiding somewhere, but he wasn't in that hole. And I go down, I try and check out this other one. Also wasn't in that one. I mean, that one didn't even go very deep, so wasn't in that one, wasn't in the one in front of me right now. But I look up and I notice this pile of fish, and as well as that uhu that was coming up. So I figured maybe I'd try to take the uhu, because my girlfriend's family actually really likes steamed fish, so what better fish to steam than a uhu. So he comes up there, but I line up. Once again, he gets scared. That big blue comes in, but I only had one band on, so he's definitely not in one band range, but this uhu was. So I track him down, get a shot in. I must have shot him in the guts because of all the sand that came out. But he goes and he runs underneath that rock, or she, I should say. It was a female. So I go back up to the surface because something is stuck down there. And so then after I breathe up, I go back down. And somehow this uhu has just disappeared. I thought he would be underneath this ledge, but I look and he's just not there. And I knew I shot him like kind of low, or her kind of low, but I thought I had a holding shot at least. But maybe because the one band didn't have enough power to get all the way through. There is a scale on the end of my spear there, but I don't know. I start trying to look along the ledge to see if she's just tucked in somewhere and she's dying. Because if I did get a true gut shot, she would probably be mortally wounded. But I just couldn't find her. So either she ripped off or a big puhi got her. I have no idea, honestly, but lost that uhu. So after that, I decided, you know, nothing else was coming to the hole. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna try shoot maybe some toals, some empachi, a hole hole if I get lucky. But because I only had my big 110, I wasn't anticipating going for 3-prong fish, so I left my 3-prong in the car. But I improvised, you know, just put one band on and started going for mempachi, and I saw a couple in the open there, which would be easier for me because it's hard to maneuver a big 110 inside holes and stuff. So I was looking for any that were out in the open or that I could get without actually having to go inside a hole, and this good size one comes out. Just put a nice little shot in. I wish I had my 3-prong at this zone because I was looking into these other holes and there were tons of mempachi, and I couldn't get to it. One, I didn't want to get my spear stuck all the way deep in a hole and have to cut my line and buy a new shaft. And two, I just couldn't maneuver well inside these gaps. So I wish I had my 3-prong, but it is what it is. I saw this toal school sitting in this little gap inside that big cave, and figured I'd take a couple because toals actually taste pretty good when you fry it or whatever, steam it. So I'm just kind of waiting for to see if there's a bigger one. There was that one right there that I probably could have shot, but I thought he was a little bit small. But after a while I started to notice they were all kind of the same size, so I just take a shot at the first one that comes out there. And this one I felt a little bit more comfortable shooting into this hole because, as you can see there, the bottom and the backing, it's like all sand. So even if I shot my spear, whatever's behind the toal is most likely going to be sand. So I wouldn't dent my or dull my shaft or bend it. So I strung up that toal and I decided to check out the same hole again, try and see if I could pick another one off before the school got scared and went too deep inside their cave. So I go back down and immediately you can tell they're scared now. They're not coming out in the open, they're not, you know, cruising out in that sand pocket there. And I was just waiting, trying to see if maybe one would come out, but they were obviously too skittish from after I just shot one of their friends. So I try and readjust here to look deeper into the cave, and I look to the back there and I see one sitting on the sand, and so I just line up real fast before he can react. So you can see I did a little adjustment there and just took a shot. I could barely see him because it's so dark in there, but luckily I got the shot. So another toal down, and like I said, these guys are invasive species, so it is good to get them out of the reef when you can. So I was starting to get tired just taking drops over and over again on these holes. So I figured one more mempachi and that's probably, or a toal, mempachi or toal, and I'd be good for dinner. So I go down into this sand pocket here to look into this little cave because I was seeing some pachis in there, but as I'm looking I notice there's no big ones, but I see a good sized one behind me. So I start to line up on that one. put in a little shot, and that was it. Not the original plan for the dive, not exactly what we wanted to go after, but still got some dinner, so cannot complain. Anytime you come out of the water with something, it's always better than coming out with nothing. Just glad we were able to get out of that current safely and, you know, get back to shore, get back home. So, not the ideal situation, but it is what it is, and I got what I came for, dinner, so cannot complain. Alright guys, so we got all the fish here. Got the pretty big mono, super shallow water, and then 2 manpachis and the 2 toaos. So in this video, for the tacos that I'm gonna make, I'm just gonna use the manpachi and the toaos because I don't usually fry monos, so I'm probably gonna save that for later, bake it some other time. And then I also have some knife jaws still that I'm going to add into the mix as well. So I'm just gonna fillet these because I can't really leave them whole and make a taco out of it. And normally I wouldn't, like you would just fry it whole usually, but because I have 4 fish and plus knife jaw, I think that if I fillet it, I'll still have a good amount of meat for a taco mix. Alright guys, so I have all the fish cubed up here, and I actually just checked in my fridge and I found out that I do not have all the right ingredients that I needed for the fish tacos I wanted to do. So I looked in the fridge and I found some old rice here. Might have to make some new rice as well, and I thought, you know, instead of using Spam as the meat for fried rice, which in Hawaii is what we usually do, and like Portuguese sausage and bacon, all that good stuff, what if I put fish in instead? And I don't know how this is gonna work. I did it one time a long time ago. I don't remember how good it was, but I'm gonna try it again because I don't have the right ingredients to make tacos. And I have some old rice here, and all you really need for fried rice is like shoyu, sesame oil, all that good stuff that I have in my house right now. So yeah, I'm just gonna try it out and see what happens. Alright guys, so we're just gonna hit it with some simple garlic salt and some black pepper, and then we're gonna mix it up and then put some flour on it, and then it should be good to go. Sesame oil, shoyu, now we just add a spoonful of like brown sugar or cane sugar, same thing. Ooh, that's a lot. There we go. Alright guys, we're gonna go for a taste test here. So if this tastes good, I mean honestly, it would be better to make this over normal fried rice because, oh, you can't really see it, it's out of focus. But I got some fish in there. But it is healthier than using like Spam or bacon or Portuguese sausage, so it tastes good. It just tastes like fried rice. honestly. I mean, you can't really taste anything fishy in terms of like that limu taste that certain fish have. So it really just tastes like fried rice. I mean, there's not that like salty hints from the spam or the whatever meat that you would use. So it does have a little bit less flavor, but the rice itself, it kind of, and the ingredients that we use to season the rice also, of course, season the fish. So everything kind of just tastes the same, and the fish doesn't really have, it's very flaky, like Manpachi and Toa are both flaky fish. So it just breaks off and almost like melts in your mouth. So you don't really feel like any different consistency. So overall, it's really good. I would definitely make it again.
Special ingredient.
Alright guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Wasn't the dive we planned and wasn't exactly, you know, the outcome that we were setting out to achieve, but we still got some fish. I still got some fish for dinner tonight, and also Kalani got a couple nice tacos. So it wasn't a complete, you know, disaster, but we weren't able to work the zones that we wanted, but you know, cannot complain. We came out safe and we came out with fish, so that's all you can really ask for. Shout out to Kalani for being willing to go out and dive with me today, trying to show me some zones. He has a YouTube channel with a bunch of his friends that are all super good divers and super cool people, and they all are really good surfers as well. So if you guys want to check that out, it's going to be in my description below. I think it's TWB Hawaii or TWB Spearfishing. And so they post some really cool edits, some really awesome, you know, spearfishing clips. If you want to check that out, it's going to be in my description. So go check it out. And also Kalani's Instagram will be in my description as well. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Shoots, everybody.